guys, this is KTB Reviews here, back doing a new video today for you guys. And today we're actually, by the title, we're going to talk about all the Dragon Ball movies. That include a movie from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I already talked about one of the movies in Dragon Ball GT, that is the Hero's Legacy. So that will not be in this video, so it's only be on the GT video, that the previous episode I did. So today's we're gonna talk about all the movies, including the new ones, of course. And so, as all the movies, I've seen all the movies. Some of them I do remember. Some I kind of, I don't remember this one. And there's movies that I do remember, and there's movies that I kind of don't remember. So let's start with Dragon Ball. There is a lot of Dragon Ball movies. I know there's like 3 or 4 of them, but I can't remember, not all of them. Only one I can remember is The Path to Power. So let's start with that one. So The Path to Power is basically, they remake mostly half of Dragon Ball. Like, they remake the Pilaf arc, like when Goku meets Bulma. They did like a remake on all of the mostly half of the Pilaf arc, but I don't think Pilaf was in the movie. And the Red Ribbon Army arc. So they basically split that arc in half and put that beginning arc of the when you see Goku meet Bulma and meeting the Red Ribbon, and then seeing the Red Ribbon Army, and they basically split in basically like a remastered version of the early Dragon Ball episodes mostly, and they just wanted to make a movie out of it. And they used the GT animation style, the good animation style, and it looked very, very good and fantastic. And the movie, it kind of, I remember most of it. Like, I think Ada was in the movie, and I think he dies. And it makes Goku angry and kills most of the Red Ribbon Army. And, yeah. So that's the only parts in the movie I remember. It's like they want to remaster Dragon Ball, and that was the only way they could do it. And so, yeah, that's all I have to say for that movie. It was like a remastered Dragon Ball. As the rating, I'll give it 8 out of 10 because it was still a good movie. So that was it for Path to Power. So yeah, that's it for that's the only Dragon Ball movie I remember. I can't remember none of the other Dragon Ball movies besides that one. And I think it was like a 10th anniversary one. So yeah, that's pretty good for that. So let's go to Bardock, the father of Goku. Bardock, the father of Goku, is basically the right before Dragon Ball. Like, you get the story of Bardock now, and the Saiyans and all that is right before the planet gets blown up, because the planet does get blown up in the movie. So it's basically like early the story of Bardock that we didn't see, And so you have Bardock. He's basically like he was one of the Saiyans that do stuff for Frieza, just like what Vegeta was doing, and destroying plans for Frieza and all of that. And Frieza kind of feared that the Saiyans are getting stronger and stronger, of course, over time, and so he decides to kill most of them. He killed Frieza sent his team of his warriors and Doria's team, Doria, and they killed half of Bardock's team. And so they killed, as you see, Fasha, Toy. I don't remember the other one name, but Tor, Fasha. I can't remember the other one. He's like a big bulky one, like a big one. I don't remember him. I don't remember his name, so I only remember those two, Fasha and Tor. So, uh, and you see Nappa in it, like he's with Vegeta, of course, because they were with Frieza. And, as in the movie, King Vegeta does get killed. And, after that, Bardock confronts Frieza. And, and Bardock had visions of what was going to happen to them and stuff. And he's trying to tell the Saiyans. And I think he had a great bonding with Goku when he sees him. And, so he actually wanted to leave there to go with Goku, basically. So it's like a bonding. Like, I think Bardock basically would have been a good character. And I always imagined Bardock was still alive and on Earth with Goku. That'd be so cool. Father and son. But, they did not do that, so I can't, that would have been a cool idea. So after that, I said Bart had visions, and basically, he sees, that one day Goku will be the one that will fight Frieza. As you know, it does happen. And after that, as Planet Vegeta blows up, Bardock dies along with it. Of course, with all the people of all the Saiyans that were on Planet Vegeta. And it blows up. And the ending of it leads straight to a Goku landing on Earth. And he heads to, as you see him on Earth, he was found by Grandpa Gohan. And then that's when he basically names him Goku. So, that basically started the beginning of Dragon Ball. So, Bardock Father Goku is a good movie. It's like an early story of Bardock, basically, because we didn't know who he was in Dragon Ball Z. So, when this movie happened, it was great that they did this, because we now know the story. Like, okay, the Saiyans, we see them, kind of, and we know more story of them, what they are, why Frieza was scared of them, and all that, and that's what I like about it. And this movie is canon, people. So if you saying it's not canon, then you're wrong. This movie is canon. Bardock was in Dragon Ball Z in a flashback scene, of course, and King Vegeta was too. So that tells you it is canon. So y'all all say, oh, it never happened. It did happen. So, yeah. That is it for Bardock Father Goku. I give it an 8 out of 10. So, let's go straight into the Dead Zone. The Dead Zone story is the Garlic Jr. Garlic Jr. And of course, Garlic Jr. is in Dragon Ball Z. And people say it never happened, it's filler, and not in the manga. Like, stop reading the manga. The manga is not that special. So, and then it connects to the story of, saying Garlic Jr. never happened, it actually did happen. And people hate on that arc because Goku was not even in it. Because Sean Schema was doing other stuff during that time period of that arc. He was doing other voicings for other shows, other anime shows, and all that. So hating on this arc is kind of stupid because Goku is not in it. That's why people hate on it, and I don't get it. So the Dead Zone takes place right before Raditz happened. So it's right before Dragon Ball Z starts, because as you see Goku, with Gohan and stuff, with Chi-Chi, and then meanwhile Piccolo was attacked by warriors. He didn't know who they were. And then it was Garlic Jr. minions. So Garlic Jr. Gets attacks the Kami Lookout as well. And that leads to Goku and Piccolo basically team up. But as you know, in the Dragon Ball Z show, they never thought they had to team up with each other. But in this movie, they do team up. So, as they defeat mostly of the Guard Jr. Minions and stuff, because, you know, they defeat most of them and all that. And all because of Gohan, and all it ends with Gohan knocking Guard Jr. into the dead zone and defeats him and save Goku and Piccolo. So that basically was it for that movie. And as you know, there's a sequel, of course, in Dragon Ball Z. Instead of Goku was not there this time, Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin were the only ones fighting Guard Jr. So in the end, yes, Gohan defeats Guard Jr. in that. And basically, as before that happened, there was a scene that was from the Dead Zone movie in that arc showing Goku and Piccolo were fighting Guard Jr. and Gohan defeats him. So tie back to this movie, ties to this arc, is canon, people. Gosh, how dumb can people be? This movie was canon. So that's all I had to say for this movie. It's a memorable movie because it came on Toonami a lot of times, but a long time ago. Because it was this movie, World's Strongest, and Tree of Might. They show these three movies all the time. They were the first three movies that you see all the time. But they were not in Funimation dub. There was an Ocean dub until they redubbed them for Funimation. Because they did the same thing for Z. Like they dubbed the original series, Dragon Ball Z, was Ocean dub all the way up to the Frieza saga right before they fight Frieza. Instead, after the season 2 of Dragon Ball Z ended, it goes right straight back to the Saiyan saga. But instead of that, they redubbed the whole Funimation dub. Funimation redubbed the Saiyan saga and the first half of the Frieza saga, and then and all the rest of the whole series got redubbed to Funimation. So that's what they did. So I give the Guard Jr. saga a 7 out of 10. I mean, the Dead Zone movie a 7 out of 10. I think that's what I gave the Guard Jr. saga too. Yeah, 7 out of 10, both of them. So yeah, that's the Guard. That is, I'm about to say Guard Jr. saga, the Dead Zone movie. The next movie is The World's Strongest, and The World's Strongest, it takes place, I guess between Nappa and Vegeta's fight, because Goku in that movie does do Kaioken, and that's true. So I don't know if this actually happened, but he does do Kaioken in the movie. So, yeah, he does do Kaioken. They control Piccolo, I think, and, this guy named Dr. Wheelo, they create these biomechanical warriors. Bio warriors, and I think Master Roshi fights them too. Then you have, it's like, yeah, they had Gohan actually doing stuff too. And Goku and Dr. Wheels is like a robot, and he got a giant brain inside the robot machine. And he wants to steal Goku's body. And so, and you know, in the end, Goku defeats Dr. Wheelo with a spirit bomb, and that's what he did. And what's cool in this movie, Goku was doing Kamehameha like a lot. I think he charged up the Kamehameha a lot of times, so it was pretty cool. That's mostly how I remember the movie, but it's like the one I've seen before, but I just, you know, never watched it again, you know. So it's not canon. Yeah, that's true. It's not canon. So I give it a 6. this I don't remember it that well. That's how I know the story. Like, there's an evil scientist. I kind of thought it would be like Dr. Gero, but I thought, oh no, it's not. It's like Dr. Gero. So, yeah, give it a 6. The next movie is the Tree of Might movie. And this is basically Saiyan Saga 2. Instead of Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta, you just have Turles. Turles is basically the evil Goku. Yes, evil Goku was already a thing, and they basically try to do this shit in Super, but that's what Turles is. It's just Goku. Imagine if Goku never hit his head, and he was evil like Vegeta. That's basically what Turles was. Goku with a sand armor suit on. That's all it was. Instead of in the Saiyan Saga, like Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu, they don't die in this movie. They're alive. All of them are alive in this movie. They all fight. So this is like Saiyan Saga 2 if the other Z fighters did not die. And in this movie, Goku does do Kaioken. And he does do the Spirit Bomb move, of course. So it's kind of weird. Like, okay, he learned this from King Kai. So Goku is. So if Goku's not dead in this movie, he's not. It's kind of a conspiracy, a theory. You want to know? Okay, he's not dead in this movie, but how he's doing Kaioken and Spirit Bomb. So yeah. So that is a theory I always wanted to know. So yeah, like they fight Turles, Goku, Goku defeats all the warriors that Turles had. And now it was just Turles. And he had Z Fighters try to fight as well, but they were losing, of course. Gohan actually turned into a great ape in the movie, so it's kind of reflecting back at the Saiyan Saga a little bit. And so all the stuff in this movie is like, okay, this like Saiyan Saga 2. And that's why, yeah, this is like a sequel to Saiyan Saga. Imagine this guy showed up and everybody didn't die. Like, imagine this guy showed up in the series and there was not Nappa or Vegeta or Raditz. Now that would make sense. This was like a Saiyan Saga sequel, alternate version. Instead of Tien, Yamcha, and Chaozu dying, they were still alive in this movie. So this is actually a good movie, and it's a memorable movie because I watch it a lot of times. So I give it an 8 out of 10. It's still a good movie. Like, it's a good concept of an evil Goku, and this was already a thing before. Oh, Toriyama wants to do an evil Goku in Dragon Ball Super, but it was already a thing in a movie. So yeah, taking things from stuff you already create is basically horrible. Don't do that. So I give Tree of Might an 8 out of 10. And I do like Turles too. And I wish he was voiced by Sean Schemmel, but he's not, actually. So, yeah. 8 out of 10, Tree of Might. Next movie is Lord Slug. Lord Slug is, a movie, it's, basically like, okay, in this movie, I think Yamcha and Tien are dead, I think, if I don't remember. But I don't know if they are. They're not shown on King Kai's planet or nothing. But I don't know. In this movie, you have Goku, Piccolo, and I think Gohan was there, or Krillin. One of them were there. And they fight against Lord Slug. Lord Slug, I think, took the Dragon Balls and used them in turn to make himself look younger. And he's basically like he's one of them evil Namekians that grows bigger, like he's huge, like he's a giant. As Goku fights him, Goku actually had other chance again before he transformed to the giant form. And Goku basically turned into a false Super Saiyan in this movie. So, yeah, Goku turned Super Saiyan false Super Saiyan in this movie. And it was pretty cool. I do like that look. Actually, it's pretty awesome. And this movie is not canon, so um, so you have that, and that's when Lord Slug turns giant, and then they defeat him with a spirit bomb. So that was it for the Lord Slug movie. I do like the part when Goku turned into the false Super Saiyan, and the fight with Lord Slug was good and everything. It was pretty cool. And at the end, like King Kai said, is Goku gonna be a Super Saiyan? And see, they don't. And it's set during the Namek Saga, but it doesn't show that it's set during the Namek Saga because Goku's alive, Piccolo's alive in this movie, and so it's still a conspiracy. Okay, Vegeta's not there. Vegeta does not appear in these movies until the 5th movie in the series. Well, Bardock movie does appear in that, and History of Trunks. So he does not appear in the first 3 Dragon Ball Z movies. So yeah, that's pretty a good conspiracy. Like, where's Vegeta in all of this? You know. So yeah, so Lord Slug, I give it a 7. It's still a memorable movie, of course. I don't have all the Dragon Ball Z movies, but I would get all of them again. But I do have a few of them. Only thing, I got like 4 of them, I think. Yeah, I think I got 4 of them. So, that is it for Lord Slug. The next one is History of Trunks. And History of Trunks is basically the prequel to the Android Saga. In this, we have Trunks, of course, as you know, Trunks was a baby at the beginning of this movie, and Goku dies of the heart virus. And as all the Z fighters that were there in this arc, as this basically you see everybody there, like Vegeta, Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, Piccolo, and Gohan. Well, Gohan doesn't fight them. They had to fight 17 and 18, and that's when we see all the Z fighters get killed except Gohan and Trunks. Of course, Trunks was the baby at the time, so all of them gets killed. And fast forwards time of Trunks, like a teenager, and he meets That's when he sees Gohan. You know, Gohan's older. And as Gohan and him are the only 2 left. And basically, as they said that they were in Dragon Ball Z, but as we get to Super, Yajirobe was still alive after that. Now that was stupid. Okay, now that was dumb. So, as Gohan trains Trunks for the androids, and he really wants to stop them, and you know, Gohan explains to Trunks about his dad, like he was like a warrior, and he was like a royalty warrior and all that. They're very pushy and everything. And so as the androids are destroying things left and right, and Gohan goes and try to fight them, and along with Trunks, and Gohan wants to train Trunks, of course, as well. As you know, Gohan had a chance against 17 until 17 was getting his ass kicked and 18 stepped in. And then as they fight, Gohan tries to escape with Trunks, and then 17 and 18 blowing stuff up, looking for them. And then they messed up Gohan's arm in one of the blasts. Then Trunks basically, not Trunks, darn. Gohan trains Trunks, and he really wants him to become a Super Saiyan. So it'd be pretty cool. You have 2 Super Saiyans, right? So, after the training, Gohan knocks out Trunks because the androids are still destroying stuff. And, Gohan tries to fight the androids and loses and dies. And that was a sad moment in that movie for me. There were really no lot of sad moments in the other movies, but I thought that was a sad moment. Imagine future Gohan was still alive and he went back in time with Trunks. Now that would have been pretty cool. I would like that very much. Um, so yeah, that was a sad moment for me for Gohan dying in the movie, and it's, you know, it leads to Trunks turning into a Super Saiyan. Alright, so as we leave from that, you have the Trunks now as the Super Saiyan. He thinks he can stop the androids. He's trying to beat them, can't beat them. Then just getting ragdogged around by them. He survives, and that's lead to Bulma telling him about creating a time machine by going back in time and try to help Goku and the others in the past about the androids because it doesn't happen yet. So during this timeline of this movie, this is during the time right after the Guard Jr. saga. So people saying it was not canon and is filler. This thing happening in this movie happens right during the time of the Guard Jr. saga. Because when Trunks arrives to the past, that's when he sees Frieza. So people saying it's not canon, it is canon. The Guard Jr. saga connects from the Frieza saga, and it connects to the Android saga because Goku returns in the Android saga. So yeah, this movie, History of Trunks, is canon, of course, and my favorite movie actually because it's the early story of Trunks, and we didn't know who he was. And when we see him in Z, like, who is this? And we see this movie, you know, and the title tells you History of Trunks. So how you don't know? It's this basically the story of Trunks here. Gosh. So this movie is a 9 out of 10, of course, and the androids are my favorite. The android characters are my favorite characters, of course. Well, 17 is my favorite. And it's basically, yeah, like all the Z Fighters got killed. And it was only Gohan and Trunks. Until Gohan dies, it's only Trunks now. So, let's go to the next movie. Okay, the next movie is Cooler Revenge. And this movie takes place right after Trunks tells Goku about the androids coming in 3 years. So it is during a 3-year time span, and Goku's, you know, training, and he wants to go camping with Krill and Gohan. So they decide to go camping with each other. And as they're going camping, that's when Cooler arrives on Earth, as he find out Frieza was killed by a Super Saiyan, and Cooler thought Vegeta killed him, but it wasn't. So, and so that leads to as Cooler arrives on Earth, finds Goku, and Goku has to heal up. And so as Krillin and Gohan try to stay hidden from the Cooler armor squad, Piccolo shows up and helps Gohan as Gohan had the sensu beans, and then they got blasted to ash by one of the Cooler henchmen, Salza, as Piccolo kills Dor's niece, and Cooler basically blasted Piccolo and, you know, blasted him, and Goku knocked Salsa into rocks as he got the sensu bean because Gohan had extra one in his shirt pocket. So I gave it to Goku, and then after that, leads to Goku and Cooler's fighting, and Cooler turns to his final form and just beat Goku down to the ground. And then as Goku basically gets the emotion build up to turn into a Super Saiyan. And as that, as Goku beats Cooler, as Cooler was throwing his giant supernova ball into Goku, and Goku blasted Kamehameha back and blasted Cooler all the way up to the sun. And so, as Cooler recognized that Goku was the baby, the Saiyan baby that escaped from Planet Vegeta before it blew up. And then, beginning of the scene shows a scene of Bardock getting killed by Frieza. So, canon, people, canon. So, Cooler Revenge, a good movie. It's a memorable movie because I watched it a lot of times. And of course, I like Cooler more than Frieza, you know, because he's pretty cool. And I like him when he's a robot too. So, yeah, the Cooler Revenge movie, I give it a 9. It's a great movie, and of course, a pretty good movie. So people who hate on it, it's kind of stupid because it's a good movie. So you have next movie is Return of Cooler. I guess it's like a sequel to the last one, but this movie kind of gets me conspiracy theory because in this movie, Dende is the guardian of Earth. And I don't remember, as I remember, and if he was the guardian of Earth, Gohan should have been already a Super Saiyan in this movie. And he's not a Super Saiyan in this movie. And in this movie you have them going to Planet Namek as Planet Namek is attacked by on a new Planet Namek. A giant giant star thing clamps to the planet and sucking the energy out of this planet, giving it power. And so, as now Goku has to go and save the Namekians on a planet as they recognize Cooler. And as Goku recognized who he was, because he defeated him by blasting him to the sun, as it shows a clip from that, from Cooler Revenge, now leads to the Z Fighters like Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, fights the robot soldier things, and Goku fights Cooler. So, and as Goku recognizes like Cooler can do like instant transmission and stuff, and after that he turns Super Saiyan. Leads to a good fight of, you know, Goku, like he knocks off Cooler's arm and then it grew back and regenerates back on him. Then you have, as Goku losing, Vegeta shows up. And in this movie, of course, Vegeta was a Super Saiyan as well. So, as they fight Cooler together, you know, Vegeta getting beaten a lot. And then it leads to now Goku and Vegeta obviously has to fight a whole army of them. And I kind of wish they showed a scene of them fighting like, oh my god, pow, 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 shoom, 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 like blasting them and stuff, but they didn't. It just showed them powered up and this big explosion, like what happened? And all you know, you see them tied up in wires. So, now they have to destroy as I thought they was dead in the movie when they was draining their energy out of them, like they were like dead like this, like bowed over like that. I thought they were dead for a second. Then their power came back and they was alive again. And I thought, oh, did they die? You know, because I thought Goku and Vegeta died and they didn't. I was like, oh, for a second. Then after that you had as they destroyed the cooler machine. The cooler is part of the Big Getty Star machine, and they destroyed the core machine. And after that, Vegeta destroys the chip that controlled all of that, and he broke it. And that was it. And it was weird. Vegeta was in a sand pod. Yes. Vegeta was in a sand pod in the movie. I like what the what? So what? What is this? So see, it's a lot of conspiracy theories. Well, this movie is not canon, so you can save for that. So overall, Return of Cooler is a good movie too. Always a memorable movie, of course. And I give it an 8 out of 10. It was a good movie. Of course, I like how Goku and Vegeta just teams up and fights Metal Cooler. I like that. It's pretty cool. The next movie is Android 13. As this one is like, what if the heroes then destroy the computer system in Dragon Ball Z? Because there is a scene in Dragon Ball Z, Trunks and Krillin blew up the laboratory because there's an underground laboratory inside of the inside the Dr. Gero's lab, because at the top you saw lab like he had 17, 18, and 16 inside the machine thing, and there was a computer thing and cell at the bottom of the laboratory. So imagine that they didn't blow that up, destroy that, and those androids were awakened as well. Man, that would have been an army of androids they had to fight. But we see 17, 18 at the beginning of the movie. But like, where did they go? They ran off or hidden somewhere? I don't know. So I don't really know myself. So this is like a what if, like they fight the androids that are inside the computer, down below in the computer, because Dr. Gero's blood went inside the computer of the inside the machine, and he's inside the computer machine. So there's 13, 14, and 15, and I like 15. It's my favorite one. So yeah. So after that we had them fighting Goku and Trunks, and so Vegeta shows up as well, and they fight, and Piccolo, he came too. So you had all of them fighting androids. As you know, you fused because Vegeta and Trunks killed 14 and 15, and fused to make Super Android 13. And then Goku tried to fight Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo. They were losing everything. And so Goku decided to do the Spirit Bomb, of course, and he actually absorbed the Spirit Bomb and powered up with the Spirit Bomb and absorbed it. So this kind of reminds me of the move he does in, well, he kind of reminds me of the Dragon Fist, kind of in Dragon Ball Budokai 3. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, he absorbs it, and then he power up, and he like that, and punch you. So that's what that scene kind of reminds me of in this movie. So I was like, yeah, he could get Dragon Fist. Well, people saying that move never happened. So it did happen in GT though, and it did happen in the last Dragon Ball Z movie before the new ones. So yeah, so as he defeat Android 13, everything was over, and that was it. So overall, the Android 13 design is almost reminding me of Goku with orange hair as a Super Saiyan. It's like he was a buff Super Saiyan Broly, basically, with the Super Saiyan style hair. That's basically what it reminds me of. So this movie, I give it a 7. It's still a good movie. It's like a what if, like those other androids, they got awakened in the laboratory below them, and they had to fight them. And I think that's what this movie was. Like, there's another set of androids, and now they have to fight them. And that's basically what it was. Cause and there's one line in Dragon Ball Z 18 said you destroyed all the androids all the way up to 15. So imagine that those androids were still in the laboratory below the lab, and they just awoke, and that's what this movie was. So it's like a what if with just more androids. That's all it was. So a 7 out of 10 for Super Android 13. Next is Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyan, the first movie. This is like if it took place during the 10 days before Cell Games, but in this movie, yes, Gohan is a Super Saiyan, and I wish he was Super Saiyan 2. That's why I thought this would have been. Trunks could have been buffed too, like big buff, like how he was in Android Saga. Um, so this is basically like what if there is a legendary Super Saiyan, and so Broly, that's what Broly is. So as this movie starts off, you know, have a Saiyan named Paragus wants Vegeta to come to a new planet. Basically, he wants to rename the new planet Vegeta and all that, and it basically is a trick. And so try to hide that Broly is the legendary Super Saiyan, and sees Goku, and the reason why he hates Goku because Goku was crying, and that's basically the truth about it. And then after that, at least as Vegeta finds out, because Goku battles Broly, and then Paragus had to calm him down. And then as Goku tells Vegeta, Broly is the legendary Super Saiyan, and then as for that is Broly basically being, you know, like Kakarot and all that over Goku, and turns to legendary Super Saiyan and fights them, and Vegeta's like scared like that. So yeah, that is the truth of the Broly movie. As you know, all the Z fighters fighting, well, except Yamcha and Tien and Krillin, they didn't really fight. So yeah, Gohan, yeah, Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, and Trunks. So this is basically like if there was a legendary Super Saiyan. So as after that, Goku defeats Broly by punching him, by absorbing the power from the other guys, and one blow punched him. And basically, like, this is like the hero versus the bad good guy versus the bad guy thing. But well, this movie has to end. So what you expect? This movie can't be a all day thing. So what y'all expect? Imagine Goku's a Super Saiyan 2. Shit, he'll kill Broly. Or 3. Now that would have been like no match. I thought Gohan would turn Super Saiyan 2 in this movie, and that would have been like it's over. You know? So Broly movie, the first Broly movie, I give a 9. It's a good movie. Good movie. I say like the third one, no. The second one, balance, but the first one was the best one. So next movie is BoJack Unbound. BoJack Unbound is an easy fitting movie, and it is canon. It is set right after the Android Saga, after Gohan defeats Cell. Goku is dead in the other world, and you know Gohan decides to do a tournament thing, you know, when I guess get some money, I guess, and all of that. And but instead, as King Kai basically finally recognized that BoJack is released, and because of Cell, because the planet got blown up, because he was sealed up in King Kai's planet, and thanks to I guess can you say thank you for letting your father thank you for letting your father release me and stuff. Thanks to your father for him to release me, you know. That what BoJack said, and and that's a reason why they're there, because King Kai's planet got blown up. So Trunks fight one of the warriors, then after that Vegeta shows up, and Piccolo does too. And Piccolo shows up as well. So then you have have all them fighting the Galactic Warriors and stuff. You know, I like the part when Piccolo showed up and tried to fight Bojack. It was pretty cool. I like that fight until I kind of wish Piccolo had a chance against him. Then you had Trunks showed up and tried to fight, and then Vegeta shows up in a good entrance, but still gets beaten by Bojack. So then that leads to Gohan has to fight them, and then Goku interfered and as you know how they did it, like they broke the camera, like the Gohan Mr. Satan broke the camera, and how he did in the Android Saga with the Cell Games. You didn't see all the people didn't see all the awesome moment of that fight, and they think Mr. Satan won and defeated them and all of that, and you know. So as for that, that's how it went. So, and then Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2, thanks to Goku giving him emotion and you know, inspiration, and then beats all the Galaxy Warriors and kills Bojack, and that basically ended the movie. You know, and it's actually my favorite movie actually, because it's good. Like, why would you hate this movie? It was a good one. So the Bojack movie is canon. So yeah, that is basically it of this movie. The next movie I will put in here. The next one is Broly's second coming. Basically, this is like Broly came to Earth. This is like if it's set during the Majin Buu saga, because I think in this movie did Goten and Trunks turn Super Saiyan? Yeah, they did. So Videl had short hair. So this is like right before the Majin Buu saga, kind of. I think it was. So if this is right before Majin Buu happened, I guess it was, or it can be after. It's because Goku is dead in it. Yeah. So yeah, this is set right before the Majin Buu saga, but it's not canon. So as you know, Broly arrived on Earth and got froze up inside of a mountain, and he slept for what, a lot of years, I guess. And then thanks to Goten crying because Videl hit him, and that basically brought up Broly to wake up again. And then that next day, Broly is awake and he fights Videl. And you know, Videl loses, and you have Goten and Trunks try to fight him, but they couldn't do anything. And then after that, you have Gohan show up and basically have a kind of messed up scene of what, Trunks peeing on him, and Goten trying to use the Dragon Balls. And I'm like, how hard is to use the Dragon Balls? See what I mean? So after that, you know, Gohan shows up and fights Broly, and Broly basically turns to a legendary Super Saiyan, of course, and Gohan fights him as well and was losing. and Gohan basically had a trick by throwing Broly into the lava, by burning him in the lava, so he can, you know. And I guess he thought he was saved by Piccolo, because as it showed like Piccolo was there, but he really wasn't. It was Krillin. So, after that, Gohan has to fight him, and then as Videl was still alive, and then you have Gohan basically do the family Kamehameha. Yeah, the family Kamehameha. And along with Goten, they try to beat Broly with it, and Goku shows up and inspired them, and thanks to Trunks, he blasted Broly's like force field thing, and it breaks, and then all three of them push their Kamehamehas and defeat Broly and blasting him all the way up to the sun. And thanks to that, it was over. And and basically that was it of the movie. This movie wasn't that. It's not my favorite. Only part in this movie I did like was the family Kamehameha. Now that was my favorite part of the movie. And it's kind of like reminding me of the Android Saga with Gohan pushing his Kamehameha, and Vegeta hits Cell and gives Gohan a chance. And that's what that basically did. What Trunks did, he threw that blast, and it breaks the barrier that Broly had, and they pushed their Kamehamehas and destroyed him. So that's what it reminds me of more of. This movie I give it a 6. It's not my favorite movie. The third one, oh boy, Bio Broly. Bio Broly is like, it's set in the Majin Buu saga. Like, it's during the Majin Buu saga. Like, this is what this movie basically set in. In this movie, 18 is there, and she's trying to get her million Zeni from Mr. Satan. Then they all get invited to a thing to get to a thing, and then they basically had Broly there. He was a clone, and because how they did, they found blood of Broly, and they took his blood and they created another one and cloned him. So, and as that, and Broly got all this goop stuff all over him and stuff, and it made him look like a monster. And I really didn't like that. If Broly was just a clone and he's alive again, then that was okay. Not all that crap all over him and shit. At least the 18 fighting him and destroy the Bio Warriors as well, and defeats them and stuff. And after that, they defeat him by blasting him because he in the water, and he cracks up, and then Goten and Trunks kill him. And in the end, it shows Goku dead in hell, or dead, not in hell, in heaven, on the other world. Why I said hell. In the other world, as him and Python has to go to hell to fight Broly. And so, if Goku is dead in his movie, where the hell was Gohan and Vegeta and Piccolo? Where were they at? And so this movie was random. That's why I don't like it. I don't even like the movie really, but I remember it, but I don't like it. That's one thing I have to say. So, it's great that they put 18 in a movie, cause the only movie you saw her in was the History of Trunks, and the Battle of Gods, and I think Resurrection F. So it's great that they put her in this. Oh, and the special thing that I'll talk about in a minute. So that is all I'd say for this movie. It was not my favorite. Okay, all right. Now you got the Fusion Reborn. It is like what if? Imagine Goku Vegeta is dead. Well, oh, I forgot to rate it. A 5. The Bio Broly movie. Okay, Fusion Reborn. It is it's like imagine Goku and Vegeta were dead, and let's say in an alternate way they got killed. They died. They were both dead, and let's say they died when they killed Kid Buu, and they both are dead. And now in the other world, something happened in the other world, and the all the villains got brought back to life, and because of this monster thing, Janemba, and basically because one of the workers messed up a machine or something. And then after that, you had them fight as Goku and Pikkon fighting Janemba, and Goku fights Janemba. He turns to the demon-looking form and basically whooping the mess out of Goku, and basically still losing. Meanwhile, Gohan and Videl are fighting the villains on Earth. Like Gohan, like he's supposed to. One hit Frieza, and that's it. Your ass is done. That's how it should have been in Resurrection F. Okay, and so as these guys fighting all the older villains, I kind of wish they showed other Z-Fighters fighting these old villains and stuff. That would have been pretty cool. Because you didn't see nobody really, besides Gohan and Videl and Goten and Trunks. It's horrible. So, but this movie is a good movie. I like this movie. So, as that leads to Vegeta being there, and he fights him to have a chance against him. Then they decided to do the fusion dance, but they messed it up the first time. And the second time they do it, they got it right, and then they became Gogeta, and they defeat Janemba, and that was it. So overall, Fusion Reborn was a good movie. I have to say it was. I like Gogeta. And this is like an alternate version, because in the end, Shinra asked it as he looked at the screen, like, what are you want to wish for? Is anyone wanna make a wish? You know, like who? Okay, so y'all left there and didn't wish for nothing and fight all those old villains again, and you didn't wish for anything. And so that's what my thought off my head. They could wish Goku and Vegeta back to life. Like, oh my gosh. Well, this movie is random. It's like an alternate version, like ending of Z. Like Vegeta and Goku died when they did the Spirit Bomb. And they defeated Kid Buu. That's basically what this was. But it's not canon. Alright, so I give it a 7. And the last Dragon Ball Z movie of the original Dragon Ball Z movies, besides the new ones, you have Wrath of the Dragon. It's basically right after the Majin Buu saga, during the 10 years gap of Majin Buu. And Goku is alive, of course, and Vegeta was in it. Gohan, Videl was in it, and this guy, name is this guy wanted to wish the Dragon Balls, use the Dragon Balls to wish back, to wish out Tapion. Tapion, basically, the story of him is the creature killed, the monster creature killed his brother Minyoshia, and he basically has the monster inside of him, and they basically remove the monster out of him. So there's a monster in him, and there's the bottom half is the other part of the monster, and the other half is inside of him. So once they released it out of him, then it became one thing, Harunagarn. So Harunagarn kind of reminds me of like Majin Buu, like destroying things and all of that. It's kind of reminds me of Kid Buu, most of it. Then after that, you had it killed. He morphed and turned into his final form, and then they leads to Goku, Vegeta, and not Piccolo. Piccolo was not even in this movie. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Videl, and Goten and Trunks, and Tapion tries to stop him, and they destroyed him. Goku basically might use the favorite move I always love, Dragon Fist, and defeats Harunagarn and destroys him. And they basically what Bulma did. I think Bulma gave Tapion a time machine.